This is heavy.
We are back.
Yes.
We got the regular guy eating food
What's
in
up,
the
everybody?
studio. Oh my god.
How's it going?
How's that intro? Can we do that?
Awesome. Yeah. I
You,
like
you
it.
would sign off on that?
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All
I'll be
right.
like-
Well, that's the intro.
I'll be like, I'll do what's that guy's name? Michael Buffer.
who's that guy?
Michael Buffer, the guy that does the let's
Goals?
get ready to rumble.
Oh, that guy. Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
he goes forever. Like,
Yes. There's another
That's
dude.
copywritten, isn't it?
I think
is.
so. Yeah.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh. Don't
Yeah.
use
I
that. Edit
bleep
that out.
that
I
out.
gotta bleep that out.
It's a
Yeah.
long bleep.
Well, who's the guy that does the stuff for the Octagon? He's got like another thing. It's like it's time,
Everybody has
You
their
know?
spin-off because you can't say.
but none of it's as cool as Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Well,
yeah,
Like,
that was-
it's time. That's so lame.
That's why it's copywritten because it's that cool.
Going.
How have you been doing, my friend?
Been doing wonderful.
That's
Life
awesome.
is 2020 is the best year of my life.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have that positive outlook, man. That's there's a lot of people that would probably disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I know, man. It's fabulous.
I tell you what, it's a hard time to probably be in the restaurant business. You know?
Yeah, it is. Very much so.
You probably know that more than anybody, being the regular guy who eats food.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of my restaurant buds, and yeah, it's been real tough. Like this, some of them I know. Zebby Carney just opened up a new location in Hoover for Eugene's, but he said it's been kind of tough.
Eugene's
getting
Hot
to-
Chicken?
Yeah, Eugene's Hot Chicken plug.
Okay.
Eugene's Hot Chicken.
I don't know the owner of that company, but I do love their chicken.
That's Zebby. Yeah, he's
Do you
a
like
great guy.
Eugene-
You should have Zebby on here sometime.
I should.
He'd be a good podcaster.
Well, reach out to him.
Yeah, I will. I'll
Awesome.
tell him.
So, do you like Eugene's or Hattie B's?
Oh, that's a
better.
conversation.
If you had to choose, now it sounds like you're in cahoots with Zebby.
Well, I've had Zebby, Eugene's. I've had Hattie B's, and I've had Prince's, which is like where it all started. That's in Nashville. But Zebby's, his hot chicken's my favorite, and I'm not biased because we're friends, but I've had those three, and
I haven't
that's the
heard
best.
What's the other one?
Prince's hot chicken. Yeah, it's where so basically the story goes, this lady like was mad at her husband, like I think she cheated on him or something, and so or he cheated on her. Well, that came out wrong, and so she like put this really spicy stuff on his chicken, and he ate it and he liked it, and that's kind of how it all started. And that's Prince's.
She was trying to punish him, kill him.
Yeah, she's trying to punish him, and he liked it. So
Okay.
so
cool.
yeah, that's kind of the origins of hot chicken. I know y'all are just so excited to find that
Okay.
out.
I mean, I learn something new every day, brother.
yeah,
And it's,
I'm a vat of useless information sometimes. So.
well, dude. Yeah, man. Speaking of Hattie B's and just Lakeview in general, it seems like I know. What was that? Sky Castle. They have closed down.
Oh, wow,
The
I didn't
Sky
know that.
Castle Gastro Pub.
I didn't realize that.
And what was the place on the corner?
Babalu,
Babalu.
yeah, they closed. I think they were kind of struggling beforehand, though. I think they closed probably February or something, maybe.
Really? So before COVID
Yeah, it
kind of
was-
got really hot in here. Okay.
Yeah,
anytime I hear of a restaurant closing, I just blame it on COVID now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that probably had a lot to do with it because, just the effects right at the beginning. They were, like I said, I think they were having a tough time beforehand or something. Because, I was hearing rumblings around the area, and people were like, I don't know if it's going to make it or not.
So you're in the know, man. You hear all
Sort
the
of,
scoop
yeah.
of what the restaurant biz is going on behind the scenes, being the foodie that you
Just
are.
just a little bit, not a lot. Because,
I don't think Zach was a big fan of Babalu's, though.
Little Taco?
Little
No,
Taco?
Not so much.
oh, no. The little tacos were great, man. I always got 3, and then I'd get the little side or
He's
something.
being modest right now.
Uh-oh.
When we're off mic, he's always like,
Oh, yeah.
he's not, to put it lightly, he's not a fan. So when it closed down, he was not heartbroken about it at
I
all.
have my opinions. You have
Well,
yours.
yeah, everybody's. That's right. I know.
So
When
I never ate there, so I don't know.
we
if it was good or
frequented
not.
it actually. We were there probably once every 2-3 weeks, because we liked it. Was I mean, you could go eat there for $25 and you get full. We get an appetizer, We'd share like a side or two, and
Don't they make like the guacamole?
yeah,
Or
they
did
do
make-
tableside guac. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
their little burger was really good. It was actually
They had burgers.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
See, you missed out, man, and it's gone. It's gone.
Have there been any other restaurants that have closed that were near and dear to you? Hopefully not. I would.
Yeah, like
I think all the favorites, you know.
yeah,
tend
the
to stick
local
around.
favorites are still here. Like I love Carpenetti's and Moody. They stuck it out, and like they did a window, like a drive-through window type thing when it all started, and they're still kicking, and they're open like full blast now. And
I haven't
they're
heard of
always
that
super busy.
place.
Oh,
What is it?
it's worth driving. Like I know you live out here in Beeham.
What kind of food is it?
It's pizza.
Oh, okay.
The guy that owns it, he's actually from New York, and so it's like New York, like traditional New York style.
Wow.
And it's my favorite pizza. Granted, I live in Moody, and I've been eating it all my life, but I've had all the big dogs, you know, which I like Slice and I like Post Office Pies, but Carpenetti's is just that's my fave.
So how do you
It's-
define a New York style pizza though? I
It's-
hear that thrown around all the time.
It's not, you know, it's more of it's almost a thin crust, but not really. Like it's kind of
It's just
like,
really thin pizza.
yeah, it's a thinner pizza, and then the crust is kind of thick. But it's like, you know, normally you get a pan pizza or just a hand tossed, and the crust is probably about 2 or 3 inches. This is maybe like an inch.
Okay.
So it's not thin, like thin crust where you bite into it. It's like a cracker, you know. It's like
Getting
yeah.
scientific on pizza crust.
Yeah, that's right. Let me
A
put.
good inch is about, you know, that's a solid.
We're talking about
hand toss.
inches here. When you have an inch pizza.
That's funny.
Yeah, but like I said, it's and their sauce. They have an awesome sauce. Like it's not too crazy. Like, you know, a lot of times you go to places and their sauce is like there's too many seasonings in it.
That's my number one critique is like get your sauce game up.
That's right. Yeah. So definitely you need to drive to Moody, man.
Okay. What is it
That's
called?
on your bucket list. Carpenetti's. It's like literally. So when you get to the main area of Moody, there's used to be a Fred's that closed, which kind of sucked because we were real close and we could just pop over there and get stuff. And then now it's not there anymore. But so there's a thing called Moody's Crossroads, and it's right there, like right by the Chevron. So
You gonna go eat at Buc-ee's when they open?
I'm gonna try it. Yeah. See what
that
it's all
massive freaking
about. Yeah.
gas station.
They're supposed to have a lot of
plaza.
good jerkies and stuff.
It's
I know,
crazy
so-
that we're getting one.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's?
I haven't. No, I've heard a lot about them, but
I don't.
It's like the
get it.
Walmart of gas stations.
yeah, I've heard.
And
a lot
it's
about
all like for so that we're getting a Buc-ee's in Leeds. They're building a giant emporium, and a coworker of mine drove by it recently, and they have like 1 million gas pumps.
Yeah.
all over the place.
It's like the world's largest gas stations.
But you would think they would have like stuff for like truckers and
no.
it's
No.
all for just like the common motorist. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean? Like I thought it was pretty insane. I thought it was like a big, you know, what Pilot and
And that's
Yeah.
nothing.
Loves
That's
and
nothing
stuff. You know, you can
compared.
see some big ones. You know,
This
headed
is
out
like
west.
they'll have like a hibachi grill on one side, and then they'll be making like Philly steak on the other. Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know about that.
Donuts, ice cream, any jerky, any kind of sandwiches, sushi, anything you can think of. You do there.
That's the American way, baby.
T-shirts, plushies, and we sell gas.
And we sell gas.
Yeah.
So you need to put Buc-ee's on your bucket list.
Oh,
snap.
Nice.
I did
nice.
it. I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I went. I think me and you went to a Buc-ee's when we went out to Florida like several years ago. We stopped in there briefly on the way home. And
Oh yeah.
you remember that?
Like it was yesterday.
This is when we went and camped in your van
Yep.
down at Gulf Shores. Okay. never
Great
mind.
time. No,
But
it
I
was
remember
fun.
I remember walking in and just being like, okay, it's a gas station. I mean, this is kind of cool. But
No, yeah.
I don't know. You hear everybody talking about it on social media. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
know, it
next
is,
big
like-
thing.
It's like a
Yeah.
cult following.
I guess
People love
so.
Buc-ee's.
It's like,
Are you gonna go to Buc-ee's?
Yeah. Did you stop at Buc-ee's? Mm.
so what have you been up to, man? What have you been doing lately?
Not a whole lot. I've been doing a lot of graphic design, just freelance stuff for people.
Okay.
That's kind of been one thing. I did for about 3 months. I was doing like this guy has a ring company, and I was doing like ring designs, like school and college rings or whatever.
Okay.
You're probably like rings.
I never
What
got
are
a
you- what are you
class
talking
ring,
about?
actually.
I
Yeah.
was like, rings?
Really?
What?
I looked at them and priced them, but I was like, I'll never wear this thing. Like, there's so many mementos and stuff you keep throughout the years that just all end up in a box in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Ours
quite
end
a
up
few
on
of
these
those.
walls.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, y'all got.
We decorate the walls with them. Yeah. So you say you're doing graphic design, and I think that's right up your alley. You've been doing a lot of graphic design. I mean, as long as I've known you, you've done like graphic design and like drawings and illustrations and stuff. Some of which, that one you did of John. This was recent, man. You've done a lot of drawings of celebrities that have gotten picked up and shown on like national news and television and stuff. Jim.
Oh yeah.
But what's his name? His real name?
John
Krasinski. Yeah.
He's on it for Some Good News.
Yeah. See if you can pull that up.
Some Good News.
So you did one of John Krasinski, which was rad.
Whoa, you were on Some Good News?
Yes, he
Yeah,
was on
like
Some Good News.
I missed
lucked
that one.
out. Yeah, I didn't
missed
think
that one.
like
Yeah,
so. What
dude.
was crazy is I thought like I put it out and I was like, he didn't like it, so he didn't. Probably was like, this sucks.
I think it was like episode 2.
Episode 3, yeah.
3, yeah. He pulled it up and he was like, "This drawing from Josh Byers."
Yeah, and I was like,
Birmingham,
whoa,
Alabama.
man.
I was like, dude, that's so rad.
Yeah, he said I looked like I was. I made him an overlord or something. He was going to take over the world or something because like his eyebrows were kind of like pointy and like.
Yeah, but
it was,
I don't know.
it was cool.
It's
Though.
It's almost like a caricature that you're doing. Which
Yeah.
is really rad.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I grew up like cartoons.
So there it is, pulled up on the screen.
yeah.
So that got picked up and shown on his Some Good News show, which was at
awesome.
the height of the beginning of the COVID thing.
Yeah, I was so bummed, when he stopped. But I mean, I get it. That was a lot of work because I know just from doing any kind of video production, we all know how much work goes into that. And so I could imagine when he was putting that on, I know he had some help, but
He sold that off, didn't he?
yeah.
He sold it?
Yeah.
He sold that show.
For like a lot.
What?
Yeah.
It's just a YouTube thing that he started.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah. I think,
my
was
God.
it
Money in his pocket now.
CBS or somebody like that?
Like a
bought it.
major network picked
Yeah.
him up.
Wow.
He wasn't a part
But
of
he's
it,
not
though.
in it.
No.
Yeah.
But he started something good.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that was awesome. Like when it happened, like I was just like, oh, this is so great. And I mean, I love Jim on The Office. Is like, The Office is one of my faves. And so like when I saw that he was going to do that, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty awesome. Because it's like we were kind of all in this funk where you're like, what do we do?
How many episodes did he do?
I think they only did 8.
Yeah, not a lot.
So
Okay. Well, he's a busy guy.
but I mean, he got like
he's getting movie deals like left and right.
Yeah, and I mean, he
Sure.
got like all these like famous celebrity guests on there all the time, and then they got like they had like a mini Office reunion one time, and he had like all the people from The Office on there, and just all kinds of folks. He did a prom like for a bunch of people that couldn't do prom. They did a graduation ceremony.
Oh, he did one thing for like the nurses and stuff.
Yeah.
And brought them out of the field. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome though. Like I said, he seems like a really cool guy.
Well, speaking of celebrities he had on the show, my man right here. had you on
Whatever.
But yeah, dude, that's really rad. It seems like you've done a lot of celebrity drawings that seem to have gotten a lot of attention. The biggest one, the one I'm the most fan of, is the one you did of Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah.
And
One
he
Last
actually.
Jedi.
What was the story behind doing that? First of all,
So they had a contest or whatever, and it was actually on Tumblr, which I never did anything with Tumblr before, and then I literally signed up for Tumblr just to enter the contest, and like, so I'd already drawn it and like got it finished, and I was like, oh, they're doing a contest, so I submitted it, and I didn't hear back for like ever. I just thought nothing.
so they
came
had
from
like
it.
an official like Star Wars contest, like, hey, draw Mark Hamill and send it to us, and we'll pick
Yeah, it
one
was
here.
like draw your favorite Star Wars character that's going to be in The Last Jedi. It was all for The Last Jedi when it came out, which we all know that one, there was some mixed.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm not gonna
enjoyed
hate
it.
on
Yeah, I mean, like I loved all of them. I'll be honest with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
with you.
There's Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love The Mandalorian, which comes out, this week. So I'm excited
new
about that.
season
So.
for
I'd be interested. Are we going to sit down and watch that together like we did the other
I
one?
think we should because it's good, brother. It's good, brother.
Baby
bonding.
Bunker, baby.
Baby Bucker.
Brother bonding best
Yeah.
moments.
It's good, brother bonding. I
Yeah.
think. So no, go back up, Katie. That was it. That center photo right there. There's Mark Hamill
Oh yeah.
at the premiere of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and there's your photo that you drew of him in the bottom right-hand corner right there. So.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that's so rad, man. That's really cool. Like he only picked, obviously. I mean, how many pictures you got behind him? 5 total?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Like I said, there was probably, I don't know how many people entered it, but it was pretty awesome when they reached out to me. I was just pleasantly surprised because I didn't think anything came of it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear I didn't hear from them for a couple months, and then literally I got this email and they're like, "Oh, we decided to use your drawing and they're like, it's gonna be at the premiere. I was like, what?
Dang.
So cool.
Did you get free tickets to the
I was
premiere?
about to say,
No,
man.
They
no.
fly you out.
Did you
to
get
the
an
red
autograph
carpet?
or anything?
No, it was just I
Put
guess
you in the
getting up
credits?
there, I was
Here's
there
a photo.
in spirit. I was there, or in Force Ghost. I was there
Well, still, I
So-
think that's pretty
Yeah,
rad.
still
to get
huge.
nerdy.
Dude, I would take it, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Like, you got Mark Hamill standing in front of your drawing. It's
He's
pretty
like, "What's
sweet."
up?
That's right. That's right.
That's so cool, man.
It's like, use the Force.
So, what celebrity are you drawing right now?
Well, I actually just finished. She's on SEC Network, Alyssa Lang. I just did a picture of her recently, and she actually she shared it on her Twitter and all that. So that was pretty cool. Because I pretty much it like goes by whatever's I'm watching. We're of course in college football mode now. So she has a show on Saturday mornings called Out of Pocket that's like real fun, and she eats donuts and talks about food. So it's like right up my alley, and then talks about college football. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. That was probably my most recent one. And then a while back, which was pretty exciting for me because I loved Lost. But Evangeline Lilly, I did a version of her character from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and she actually posted it on her Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I did see that.
yeah, that was
actually.
pretty awesome because she's one of my favorite actresses. Because I said I loved Lost, and I think she did a great job as Wasp. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I was like, what?
Dang,
So
man.
you're like almost famous.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's like hit or miss though, because sometimes I'll put all this work into something, and they won't even, somebody won't even like it, which is that's pretty much how it goes. Like that's social media for you, but it's kind of like hitting it at the right time. I guess you gotta post it when they're on there, and it's kind of weird, So I don't want to be all like,
Yeah, I mean,
spam it.
yeah,
Especially- yeah, I would think, especially if you're a big celebrity, you're probably getting tagged in like
Oh,
a
yeah.
zillion photos every day. I mean,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have time to look at so many.
So it's kind of like a luck thing, really, more than anything. They'll see it luckily, and some of them have shared some stuff, which is cool. It was really awesome.
Well, you got John Krasinski's attention and Mark Hamill's.
Well, see what was crazy though. I felt like I must have done something wrong because I did I did a video like not too long after that, and it was because I was trying to be they had these things called global correspondents where they would like get regular people to if they did a
just
video
talk
or
about the news. Or
yeah, if they had somebody that was a big fan of the show and they did a video, a lot of times he'd be like, "You're an SGN correspondent now," and I tried that, and I kind of I joked in the video, it's kind of sarcastic, and I was like, because there's a story about him and Chris Evans because they were both up for Captain America, and he didn't get it, and Chris Evans did, and they kind of joke with each other about it a lot. So I kind of made a joke about that, and I don't know if it like rubbed him the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get any traction from them after that. Like there for a little while, I was posting stuff and they'd like it and stuff like that. And then I did that video and it was like,
that was totally it.
yeah. I mean, I was like, did I make John Krasinski mad?
Yeah, you did.
What did I do, man? I was like, please forgive me, whatever I did.
Didn't he do like a commercial with? It was like John Krasinski, Chris Evans,
Yeah.
and some like the
Rachel
chick from,
Dratch.
from SNL.
Yeah.
They did this commercial
The
about
Boston.
Kia or whatever car it was they were doing. It was pretty funny.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought so.
Yeah, they're all from Boston. And so they that's what I said. So they have this little thing where they joke with each other. Like Chris Evans is like, I'm Captain America. So I made a joke about it thinking it was, he'll think
It was
it's funny.
kosher.
He'll think it's funny. Oh, never
He
mind.
did not think
Blocked.
it was
It
funny.
was like, yeah, everything I posted after that, yeah. It's
Shadow
almost like they
banned.
blocked me for real.
Yeah.
This mother, he crossed the line, man. He crossed the line.
I can't believe you made that joke.
Oh, that's funny.
So, but yeah, I mean, he's, there's all these rumors that he might eventually be, was it
Oh,
Mr.
resurrected.
Mr. Fantastic?
Oh, okay. No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. Is it Reed Richards? Is that his name? Not to get all nerdy on you guys, but
I have no idea what you were
push my
talking about.
glasses. I'm pretty
Mr.
sure Reed-
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. The guy that stretches, in the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're like, nerd.
That's
you're
the
just looking at
character
me
name.
with those judgmental
Okay.
eyes like
No,
nerd.
I'm not. No, I'm not, man. We just haven't had a good Fantastic Four movie
Yeah.
that's come out, so I just haven't gotten into that side of it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, man, the regular guy eating food, how's that been going? Or obviously not very well, at least with COVID going on. I would
Yeah,
assume.
it's a little different. I mean, it's still like I've more or less kind of shifted it into just a hobby. Originally I was going to try to turn it into like a marketing business where I would try to do like because essentially what I put out there is a commercial for a business. Like
Yeah.
it's like a Food Network style version of that.
Well, dude,
it's all about the restaurant.
Yeah, it seemed like you were getting like a lot of traction, at least when you first started your YouTube series, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Got to get into that. Like, so you would do these Food Network style miniature shows, episodic shows where you go and visit a different, like a food truck or a restaurant in each episode. How did you do that, or what was the idea behind starting that?
So, I mean, I've always loved food, which is like just something that I grew up, my mom cooked. I learned how to cook from her. We'd go out to eat all the time, So I've always had a passion for it. And so as I got older, I was like, I did a lot of silly videos and just, I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I need to do something with a little more substance instead of these random silly, just off the wall videos. So I was like, I love Food Network. I've been watching that since pretty much since it started. We got a satellite. We got Prime Star when that was a thing, which is now DirecTV, but
Prime Star.
That's right. That's right.
They had their own button on the remote.
Oh yeah. That was some
not to be
big-time
confused
stuff.
with OnStar. When you got a flat tire.
One's for your
in the middle of the
TV,
desert.
one's for your car.
Prime Star, OnStar. Okay.
Yeah, it was so because we were kind of late to the party with a lot of stuff. We had dial up forever. We finally got faster internet probably when I was in
Out
college.
here in Alabama.
That's right. And we live out in Moody, so it's like, and it's a smaller town of Moody, Akmar, which there's like nothing out there hardly, which I love it. It's small town vibes, easy, no worries. But so I just decided to transition from doing just silly videos to trying to do something, to challenge myself, I guess. So I was like, well, I'll do a food show. And originally, like I started maybe back in March of 2015 is when I kind of had this idea to do it. And so I'd approached like a ton of people. I mean, I don't know how many times, like I probably 10 or so people, and they were like, "No, we're good. I don't know about this." Like, cause
Talk about like restaurant owners.
Yeah, like a restaurant owner. Cause like I didn't have any kind of like credentials, I guess, other than my YouTube videos, and those are
man.
really silly. And it's like if I say, "Watch my YouTube channel, see what I do," they're like, "Yeah," but a lot of times I'd go up to them and they just be like, "No, I don't know," because restaurants are it's always a hesitancy thing where they're not really sure if they want to.
Is this going to hurt my business?
Yeah, is it going to hurt my business? Or so that kind of happened there at first, and I got a lot of rejection. And then I approached this guy that, which actually we're friends now, Colt Reese. He has R&R Barbecue. It was originally a food truck, and he was like right there in Moody a lot. And so I went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, I'm going to try to start doing this food show called Regular Guy Eating Food." And, I was like, "Do you want to hop on board with it? And, you'll be my first episode." And he was like, "Sure." So I was like, it kind of threw me off because I was like, everybody else had been like, "Oh, I'm good. You're some weirdo."
No, man.
Yeah.
I don't want you in my kitchen. Get out of here.
And so, he was like down for it. And I was like, "Really? Awesome, dude." So we did it. We shot over a 5-day period because obviously it was my first episode. So I didn't really know what I was doing yet. And of course I found out pretty quick that food trucks there's not any room in a food truck. And I was had my tripods all over. Like I had one on the stove over here, it was just crazy, but we got through it. And, that was in March of 2015. And then I actually got a job maybe a couple weeks after I filmed that. And it was pretty much, I was working in Pelham as a graphic designer, and I was the graphics department, and it was like the most stressful job I've ever had. It was a long drive, so I didn't really feel like editing and stuff when I got home, so I kind of put it on the back burner. And then when I left that job, it was back like maybe in April of 2016 when I left the job, and I was like, you know what, I need to edit that show that I filmed, because it was, it's just sitting there like waiting on it. And then I finally did it. I finally edited it, and it was a lot of fun to put it together because it was just, I love videos creation, and just it was pretty awesome to finally see what it looked like. And I was like, well, I could do this, and I'm going to try to do more. And, at least I have this to show people now. So when I go up to them and say, I want to film a food show with you,
What's up, man? I'm the regular guy eating food.
That's right.
Let me hang out with your fry cook.
Yeah, that's right. So
you're shooting this solo, or
the first,
you have people helping you? Or?
I had a few there was a couple episodes I shot where I actually got a few. Like my mom helped me one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, mom stepped up.
That's right.
Awesome,
that's right.
Dude.
My brother helped me. I had a friend of mine, Ben Jones, helped me one time. He actually helped me on my 3rd episode, and that was probably the easiest one. Like when you have help, it makes it a lot easier because you can just focus on relaxing and being the host and all
yeah.
that. And so that was always
Couldn't do it without you, man.
That's right. Could not do it
the
without
unsung
me.
heroes.
And you,
Yeah.
Katie.
So yeah, so it was, that was one of those things where that was probably the hardest part, because I was definitely shooting probably 85-90% of it by myself. We're talking tripods. Then when I get through with the shots that I was in, I'd do all the B-roll stuff with my other cameras, and so that was kind of how how it all started, was that. And then when I finished the first one, I looked at B Metro was a pretty big, they're still
the
kind of,
magazine.
yeah, they're still kicking right now. I think Birmingham Magazine seemed like they had to shut down operations. They're doing like digital stuff now, maybe.
Really?
I
So they
saw
kind of
something.
ceased print operations.
Yeah, they're not doing the print anymore. And so,
Okay.
at the time I was like, I sent an email to Robin Coulter. She was like one of the main people at B Metro. And I was like, hey, I just wanted to get like an article or something in the magazine
Right,
and just
yeah.
get my stuff out there. Cause I was like, I'm doing this food show, blah, blah, blah. And so she actually replied to me, and she's like, set up a meeting. And she told me, she was like, I was a little hesitant at first because we get so many people reaching out to us that try to get in our magazine. And she's like, I just thought you were, it's possible you were just some other person like that. And she like watched my video and she decided to get me on board. And then she's like, what do you think about writing an article every month? And I was like, whoa, that's cool. Yeah. So I like started writing an article with them that would go along with the episode. So that was another thing that made it easier for me to sell it. Yeah. So I was like, so not only do you get to do the show with me, you get to be in a magazine in Birmingham.
Oh yeah, that's rad, man. I remember seeing you posted some pictures on social media. Maybe we can find them.
Oh yeah.
Where you had like the spread, and it had like you and your name, and I think that was probably the Eugene's hot chicken episode that you did. And yeah, I think that's about the time I caught wind of it. I was like, dude, Josh is doing this like awesome like web series and like interviewing all these cool restaurant owners and different food places.
Yeah, it's a
Pretty
lot of
rad,
fun.
man.
I've made a lot of friends from it too, and like I said, I've definitely seen the ins and outs of the restaurant industry, and like it's definitely made me never want to own a restaurant, or like I feel for those people so much right now, because it's I can imagine it's already hard enough having a restaurant, and then now the way things are, it's like it's even worse. But
Dude, I couldn't imagine trying to run a restaurant or run any. I mean, all businesses are struggling. Like the company I work for is struggling. There it is, right there. Go back there. Hanging out, dude. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun too. Like I really enjoyed writing those, and that's what so when to kind of transition, like, so when I finished my 7th episode, that was the last one that I did where I worked with them on it, like, because it would always kind of go together, like I would write the article and then I'd put out my episode and that. And so
you did 7 episodes in partnership with B Metro.
Yeah. And so, and those were all like, I did them no charge to the restaurant or anything like that. Sure. So I was like, I was putting in 30 plus hours each episode, and we're talking about like 4.5 minute episodes.
Yeah, but you're doing everything filming by yourself.
Oh yeah, you're filming,
that's crazy.
Editing, shooting, going, driving, travel time, all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
So that's why I was like, at that point, I was like, well, I've got enough episodes under my belt. I've got a kind of a groove, and I was wanting to charge people and still get them in B Metro magazine. But when I told B Metro about it, they were like, well, we probably need to part ways at this time. I mean, everything was mutual. It's not one of those, like, people say when you say mutual circumstances, it's like the code for everything went to crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, we're still friends. I'm still friends with everybody there. And
so the incentive from the magazine, were they giving you any kind of kickback or anything, or was it just
I made a small fee for each article. Like, I think it was like $100.
Right.
Which,
so nothing major.
Yeah, it wasn't anything to keep. I couldn't keep doing the show and just making that $100.
Be hitting them up every day. I got a new article.
That's right.
Another
Yeah,
one,
that's
another
right.
One, another one.
I want to do an article a day, man. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
I can eat food everywhere.
I know. I just went through Taco Bell drive-thru. I'm gonna write an article about this burrito.
That's right. So yeah, so it was like when I talked to them about it, they were just like, yeah, because essentially I would have been their competition, because I would be charging. I'm trying to charge people to do this, to get in their magazine, basically, is what they were saying. So it was kind of like a conflict of interest type thing. So I had to kind of I was kind of bummed about that when I found that out. I was like, man, I'm not going to have the back of, B Metro to help me out, because it was always so nice. Yeah, it was, but it wasn't easy, because that was probably the easiest selling point for me, was when I was able to say, you'll get to be in a magazine. Because like I think it was a couple $100 to be in their magazine. So
Really?
so like these restaurants were getting in there for free basically because I was kind of helping them out where we'd do that episode of my show and then I'd write the articles. So it was kind of helping them out a lot, and it was just one of those things where, like I said, we had to part ways. But luckily, like within like 2 or 3 months, I reached out to, there was a girl on Twitter, Lachlan Smith. She works at WBRC. And she had seen a bunch of my stuff. She's like, "Oh, hey, that's funny. You're a regular guy eating food, And so I asked her, I was like, what would it take to get on the news? And she's like, let me get so and so. And next thing you know, I started getting restaurants on the news, and that was pretty fun, to get to do that for so long and just,
Now, was that the Talk of Alabama thing?
That was
later.
Yeah, that was probably like around the same time. Like I did the Talk of Alabama. Like I just reached out to them. I was like, "Hey, I'm doing a food show and featuring local restaurants and all that kind of stuff." I was like, I'd like to be on the show and kind of promote my whole endeavor or whatever. And so that's how that started. And then, it was around the same time that Lachlan reached out, and then she got me on board with a producer for the noon segment on WBRC. And so I would take the restaurants on, and it was like the cooking segment. So I would just kind of stand in the background, looking all goofy. I'd wear my shirts and. It was always a lot of fun because Janet Hall was she's retired now.
Yeah, she just retired.
We had a good rapport together, and like she would always make sure she worked me into the segment somehow. And so and they most all the anchors there were always real good about doing that. They beforehand they'll come in and they'll be like, so here's what we're gonna do, and then they're like, and Josh, we're gonna get you to eat this and do this, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm game when I get to eat anything.
So you're like the middleman between the restaurant and the program.
That's right.
I guess
yeah.
You're like the host of the semi-host, half-host, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess you could say that because like it was like I would go up there and she would kind of pass the mic a little bit and like, so Josh, tell me about this restaurant and how you found it, and I would kind of talk about it.
Okay.
So it was kind of nice, just to spread. Not only was it helping me kind of put myself out there more, it was helping the restaurants, and I would try to take them as often as I could, and so I tried to piggyback off that to when I started charging for the service, and I try to get more clients that way. But I only literally booked like two restaurants the entire time that I started charging. It was just hard because like even if I wasn't charging, but like so I started at 400 and then I went down to like 300 and I still couldn't get people. Like it was just too, like, I don't know, it was just hard, like because people just
nobody
can't.
wants to pay anything.
Well, yeah, I mean it's hard to get people, and but yet like if somebody some big company in Birmingham or something that they charge like $1,500, they'll pay that. But
yeah,
it's
they don't want to pay the regular guy.
They don't want to pay the regular guy. But I mean, I get it.
But here's some photos of you on the set. So what's going on here? You're about to cannon somebody with some icing or something.
Icing. Yeah, that was the donut. I think that was the donut day, and we like squirted like icing on and all that.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pose like James Bond 007.
There you go. So this is like a segment that they would do every day, like every day.
Yeah,
they
do it. They do it every day.
It
was like I would usually do it on Fridays. That was when I booked it. So I booked it every Friday for probably like a year. Like I was doing.
I was about to say, man, I saw
week.
You like every week. I saw you like popping up on the news.
Yeah, it was always fun too.
I was like, dude, he's gonna be an anchor before I know it. He's like hanging out there all the time.
So you're in the studio with the other anchors, so you're on just like a set, right?
Yeah, like they had the kitchen was like separate from everything. So
James
that was
Spann just goes walking by. He's like, what's up?
Yeah, he's like, give me some bacon. All right, overcast this morning. Yeah.
So yeah, it was their kitchen was really nice too. Like, so what was great about it was we could go in the kitchen, like 45 minutes before the segment started. So whoever I was with would start prepping everything, getting it ready, and then the anchor would come in, like maybe 10 minutes before the segment, and just kind of do the rundown and say, here's what we're gonna do. Like, so that's kind of how that would work. And it was just nice because the kitchen was like super well lit, so all my pictures look good when I take them on my phone. I'm like, yeah, they know this. That's right. Yeah, so we take a lot of pictures beforehand, and
so this is live television, right? I mean, at least the segment that you're doing.
Oh yeah, it was live. So like there was
some nervous about that at all?
No, I didn't really.
My job is to take a bite of the burger, smile at the camera, thumbs up. Bite of the burger, smile at the camera, thumbs up. And then the camera turns on and you get the little red light. You just drop the hamburger.
No, that's one thing. I'm not, I'm have no shame, like from the stuff we've done in the past, like video stuff. I'm just an idiot. So like, so it doesn't bother. Like I love being in front of the camera. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like that's why I wish I could make a career out of it somehow or get something going, because I like doing stuff behind the camera too. I'm not gonna say I like editing, but
nobody likes.
Well, yeah,
it's a necessary evil.
It is, yeah. It's not fun, but I mean, the direct. I like to direct people sometimes, and I'm a pretty laid back person, so I'm not like this harsh director. If I ever direct people, I'm pretty like I tell you what, we got to try, man. Let me see you do this instead.
Okay. Well, that's rad, man. It seems like it'd be a really cool experience to do that, especially for as long as you have to do it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and when that was kind of another thing. Like one of the reasons that it stopped was because I was charging for the other stuff. They thought I was like charging people to be on the news, but I wasn't. That's not what I was doing. But there was a misconception.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how it ended, which was a bummer. It was like crap. Because. It was
Janet
a lot of fun.
pulled you aside and was like, "Hey, brother."
Oh no! Well, no. Janet was always like the anchors were always really cool. Like it was the producer was the one that kind of told me. She reached out and said, I heard you were trying to, you were charging people money and having them on the show or whatever. And I was like,
what?
Well, it's not. It was like it was really there. I was charging them for my video that I was doing because that's what I was putting all the time into. And the news
YouTube
was like
series.
a perk. Yeah, the news was just a perk for the restaurant to get their even more exposure for themselves. And so that was kind of what happened. There was just a misconception and some miscommunication, but I mean I'm still friends with everybody there. It's not it's not anything like bad, I guess. There's not bad blood or anything. It's just we're just that's why we stopped doing it, which like I said, it was when that happened. So I was bummed out when the magazine ended, and then I was really bummed out when the news thing ended. And so then it was kind of like just trying to keep it afloat and stay like positive about it. Cause there for a little while I wasn't doing as much stuff with it. So it was not to be all depressing and stuff, like telling the sad part of the story. Oh man, I was kicking my can all over the place.
When WBRC turned their back on me, the sons of bitch. I'm just kidding.
No.
We never watched that show.
It's forbidden.
Oh no.
Right.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I really like me and everybody are cool and stuff. So, and it was a bummer to see Janet retire, but I mean she's been there for a while. So,
dude, she's been on the news since like I can remember watching.
What are we gonna do when Span's gone?
Dude, I don't know.
What is burnt?
I feel like I feel like they've both been on the air for like similar amount of time.
I think so.
He was in air when we were in elementary school.
Yes. He came to my elementary school.
Yeah. Hey, we went to the same elementary school.
I vividly remember him coming there.
He'd read books to us in the library.
Yeah, dude. He'd read books, and we all went in the gym, and it's like, okay, the camera's going to do a big pan. Everybody wave at the camera. And I remember going crazy waving at the camera and stuff. I was like, James Madden's here.
Oh, yeah, he's a celebrity, man.
He still is.
He's pretty popular, like all over the nation, though. Like, I mean, I've seen like people talk about him on other stuff before, like.
Well, from what I've heard in the weathering world, he is like world renowned. He's like the expert on meteorological weather stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and some other guy. I work for an AV company, and we hosted an event that he was the guest on, and he was like the lead speaker or whatever you call it.
James Spann?
James Spann.
Okay.
And the guy that introduced him was another anchor from another station, and he was basically saying, you don't understand how lucky we are to have this guy in our state. Like, he's just so knowledgeable, and he's James Spann.
The Polygon, baby. Respect the Polygon.
Right, yeah.
I want to get his book.
He's got a book?
I didn't know he had a book, actually.
It's called Polygons and How to Respect Them.
It's
probably
called
Weathering the Storm of Life or something.
Oh, okay. Yep. Milking that one.
Yeah.
How many puns can we have?
The suspender zone.
The suspender. That's pretty good.
That'll
be
good.
part 2.
That's good. Have you drawn James Spann?
No, I thought about it though. I was watching it the other day. I was like, you know what? I need to draw James Spann. Like I really did. I'm not just blowing smoke. I really
that'll get some traction, brother.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, like he's pretty good about like retweeting stuff and liking people's stuff. So I was like,
Yes.
You know, I should draw James Spann.
I follow him on Instagram, and
he
he shares about 1 million photos a day.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's like, and
Where does he have the time?
dude, I don't know. I guess he's just like retweeting everything because it's about 100 beach photos that pop up on my feed, and it's all from James Spann.
Yeah.
I think that's his ultimate retirement plan. Going to the Gulf. Or
Get
something
paid
like that.
posts for James Spann.
I guess so, man. I don't know.
That's a good plan.
All right,
Yeah.
so going back to the web
Okay.
series. So you're doing Regular Guy Eating Food. You and WBRC part ways, but you're still doing the YouTube thing, and you're doing it by yourself. I have to tip my hat to you because I understand how much work goes into a project like that. And if you haven't checked out his videos, you totally should. They're really cool. But man, any episodes that stand out that were either really chaotic or really awesome in any way? Or?
Well, the first one definitely was like I said, because it was
That's
the
probably
first,
the one where you're the most pumped up.
Well, yeah, I was like,
This is happening,
this
man.
is like I'm on a food truck. I can't believe it. Look, Mom, I'm on a food truck.
And you're like,
So-
oh my god, I'm
Oh
in
my
a food
God! You
truck.
have to
Yeah,
cook in
yeah.
this tin can.
Yeah,
How do you
it's-
do it?
Yeah, it was insane. Like, because that was the thing about the first, since it took us like 5 days or whatever. It was the main reason it took us so many times is because I was so new to it, and I was like, oh man, I didn't get a shot of this. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And then like some of the sound wasn't good, so I went we actually did some like re-recording of the sound. So like I don't know if you noticed that in the first one, but
Got some Foley going on.
yeah, like
I need you to clink and scratch those over here.
yeah. Yeah, so that was the thing that with the first one I found that was the hardest part about just not knowing what I was doing at the time and kind of being and then like I said, when I got in the food truck and I had all my tripods, I mean I had 3 cameras with me that day, and there's literally not enough room to put but like 2 cameras in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And it's like I had all these shots in my head I wanted to do. And so literally like after I shot that first day, I realized when I got home, I was like, man, I still got to shoot this, and this. It was just stressful at first. It was fun, but it was also stressful because it's just, I wanted to make sure I put out, a good product or whatever. And, the restaurant also has to like it. So I was like, every time I shoot one and edit it, I'd always send it to the restaurant first before I'd even share it. And I'd be like, do you like this? Is it okay? Are you good with this? And they were like, yeah, it's awesome. And then they wouldn't share it. I'm like, what? Come on.
Yeah.
They loved it, but they didn't want to share it. So that was one thing. It was hard to really get like a lot of traction and get it going because not a lot of people would share it. Now I had a couple, like the first one, Colt, he shared the crap out of our first episode. I mean, he showed it on a bunch of stuff. And then I think when I did Swole Food, he shared it a lot, but like a lot of them didn't. And then I also kind of had a bad track record of, I think 5 out of the 9 episodes that I shot total, those restaurants have either closed down or those people just completely moved away and just said the heck with it.
What? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
it's like I feel like I'm this bad luck person. Like
Oh my
it's like the
God.
regular guy with bad luck coming at you. Like
Dude.
yeah, but I mean that's the restaurant business though.
I was about to
it's-
say, man. I mean, like, how many? What's the percentage of like new restaurants that fail?
Ooh, it's pretty high up there. I think it's over 50% at least. I know it's a lot, like because
Man,
it's just such a risky thing to get into. And like I said, that's one thing I've learned a lot from doing these episodes is just learning how the restaurant industry works and just all that goes into it. I mean, there's so much that goes into it, which I grew up watching that Restaurant Impossible show with Robert Irvine, so I already kind of had an idea, but you're getting the TV's perspective of it, whereas I'm actually getting real stories from people that are local.
Oh yeah, thrown into
So
it.
yeah, so that was always really cool to kind of learn, and I'd learn little tricks of the trade, stuff they would do, like the Restaurant Depot. I think it's in Homewood or
well, there's one right downtown on like Fifth Avenue.
maybe that one. Yeah, like so that's like a big place where a lot of people go apparently to get a lot of their stuff. Which
Oh yeah,
I never knew there was this one place that.
I've seen the sign. We've even gone in there like once and just
Yeah, it's like
looked
a big
around.
Sam's Club type
Yeah,
place.
we
so-
installed an 80-inch TV in the
Oh, we
second
did.
floor with no elevator.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I
Oh,
forgot
wow.
all about that. So the
I'll
company-
never forget that day.
So-
My first and last time in that building.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
wow.
So yeah, so the company I work for, which my brother worked at for a long time too, we hung TVs for various companies, and one of them was Restaurant Depot, which
Oh,
I
wow.
forgot about. That was several years ago. But yeah, we put a giant TV up in their conference room that's upstairs, but they didn't have an elevator, so we had to carry this 80-inch TV up like
Jeez.
giant flight of stairs.
So so that was like, that was something I learned was it's just tough, man. Like I couldn't imagine like the ups and downs. Like I'm having ups and downs with doing a little food show, and it's like, I just couldn't imagine the ups and downs of a restaurant itself.
I guess the market is just so saturated. And it's like every time I turn around, there's a new restaurant open up. There's a new place. I think in place of Babalu's over in Lakeview, they're going to have, it's like an Asian restaurant that's opening there. So might be cool.
Yeah. That's the
I
thing.
read the article just the other day. I can't think of the name of the place, but
I think a lot of people don't realize going into it how much is involved. And then they're just like, oh, my mom, she knows how to cook really well, so she's going to be the chef, and we're going to do this.
Yeah.
They think it's so easy, but it's not. There's a lot of work that goes into that. Like, you got employees, you've got overhead, you've got, location.
well, I would think
So
just
many things.
the marketing aspect, just getting on people's radar to
Yeah,
get them to come out in the first place. Because I see a lot of hole in the wall places where I'm like, no, I don't know what it is inside me, but it's just like you're so skeptical about going to a new place and then spending however much money and then having a bad meal. Like there's nothing worse than having something you're like, I'm never coming back.
Well, yeah, and that's something that I kind of cheat a little bit when I do my shows, because I would I call it food recon, where I would go try something kind of prior to, and that's when
Make sure it's worthy.
Yeah, I was like, because I didn't want to, I'm an honest person, but I'm not going to be like trashing anybody. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to go somewhere and
you didn't want to do Bob's Steakhouse. And be
I was like, hey,
Bob, this shit is horrible.
Yeah, so I was like, that was one thing I would try, like, to know a little bit beforehand, or if I was hearing good things from people, that was kind of something I did too. Like I would get a lot of, people would be like, oh, have you tried this place? And I'm like, interesting. I'm going to go talk to them. And then that's kind of how it happened, like I would do that just because it was, like I said, I wanted to put out a positive, like, video about their business. I didn't want to have anything to, which there was a few things that were a little, like, some stuff was a little spicier than I'd hoped or something, but that was really the only ever problem I had with anything I had. Like everything I ate was just awesome. Like I really enjoyed it.
So were there any places that went under that you got to know that you were really bummed about?
Yeah, the Hot Tag, they were really cool. Like we had a lot of fun on that episode because they both love wrestling and like they love like luchadors and stuff like that. So I had this Nacho Libre mask, and like I brought it, and I literally went and got a stalk of corn. And I came in and what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to slap this out of my hand, because I'm going to say, get that corn out of my face. That's the
little Nacho Libre.
Yeah, because that was one of my faves. Like I love Jack Black in that movie. And so I was like, I had this whole thing I was like excited about. I was like, I get to do some fun stuff with him. And like I did when I did Swole Food, we were both big Marvel fans and we talk about the movies all the time. So we did a little scene where he was Thor and I was Captain America at the end, and we were goofing off, so it was like, that was something else too. Like a lot of times I would meet these people and they would be pretty geeky like me, and that was always cool to find out, because like you think, that some of these people are just real serious because they're running a business, but yet they were just having fun like we are. Even though I was doing all that work, it got so much easier because I was like, okay, so here's what I'm going to do every time. So I got it planned out. I worked it all out. I was I knew what I needed to get, and that made it just so much easier. Because then, I would have like a set list every time I'd go. I always had to shoot an intro, the walk and talk or whatever they call it. And so it's like I did that, and then I'd have my B-roll. I'd do my interview with the chef or the restaurant owner. Then we'd have the interaction shots where I was trying some of their food, and then of course I did the stuff when I bring it. Since we all get to go sometimes, or whatever, is like you want to see how that holds up when you get home. And so that's kind of one of the segments in my show is, regular. It's called To Go. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah. So I would try to get people to
So you're bringing the food home after throwing it in the back of your car and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. How food survival, man.
Yeah, and that's that's part of the whole thing though,
Just throw it down on the table.
How does it microwave
That's
after
right.
4 days in my kitchen?
I forgot about this meal in the back of my fridge for 2 days, and now I'm going to heat it up
See how it holds up.
and give it an honest review.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, see, I would do it.
Nuked reviews.
Yeah.
Nuked reviews,
Yeah,
man. There you
go.
go. There's a whole subgenre.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys that want to know, like, okay, the food is good, but how good is it on day 2 when I'm hungover and I need breakfast and I want to eat some lasagna, you know?
It's like that. I don't know if y'all have seen that's like super popular, but that mukbang. Have you ever seen people like doing that? Like, I just don't. I don't quite understand it, but I know it's popular, and people do it. Like, you
Just like watch people eat food.
Well, yeah, it's like literally, and they're like 20-something minutes long.
But you get roped into the YouTube algorithm because once you watch one, it's like you must love these, and it's the only thing you want to watch.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
dude.
Then you're manipulated because that's all you see on the homepage.
Yeah, man. I feel like I got into I watched like a train video, the most random thing. Like it was a dude hopping trains and being like train hopper guy, and I was just like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And now it's like all I get on my YouTube feed is like trains. Here's how they build trains. Here's trains going here, trains going there, and here's old trains, new train technology, passenger trains, freight trains. I'm just like, God, okay, calm down, YouTube. Like, I watched one video. Damn.
Now all of our listeners are going to get train
I
recommendations.
know. Now we're all gonna
Yeah.
get train.
Screenshot them and send them to us so we know it's true.
Sorry. But yeah, man, I don't get how the algorithm works.
Just lost our train of thought.
Yeah, we did. Where are we? What are we talking about?
Trains. We're talking about trains, man.
Yeah, but before that,
just talking about
this show gets derailed pretty quick. So.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
Derailed.
social media is like that's probably the toughest thing too with doing this stuff is like, and like now, I started
Trying to make a living doing anything on social media is like
you got to get lucky.
you got to get really lucky because there's
Yeah.
a big gazillion people out there trying to do the same thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
think. But I would argue that there's only a handful of people that are doing it well. So
Well, that's true.
there's definitely some luck to it, I would think, but there's also like talent. Like you got to be able to, whatever your passion is, if you're doing any kind of artistic endeavor.
Yeah, it's so now like I kind of like transitioned from doing like full on productions to like literally setting up my lighting in my kitchen and doing videos on my phone.
Well, Zoom calls are all the rage.
Oh,
now.
I know. Yeah, that's the new.
So we did an interview with this up and coming producer called Young Cutta. He just signed.
Young Cutta.
He's like he's younger than us. He's like a major producer. He makes beats, and we were gonna do an interview with him, big. And I was like helping Tim set up cameras, and we were gonna run in his. He's got like a super expensive microphone we were gonna use, and then like I get a call the next day, and Tim's like, "All right, I finished the episode," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't set up anything. We didn't do anything." He's like, "No, I just did it on my laptop." And so you got Tim sitting in the dark with his office space. He's currently like kind of living in his office. So it's just like it looks like a dorm room.
Oh, wow.
And he's like having this conversation with like this really famous person. And I was just like, this is what we're putting on the internet. But it was totally acceptable, and it did really well online.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like Zoom calls.
People
are
don't
like,
need
people
quality
don't
anymore.
care.
They don't
Well,
care.
yeah. Well, that's.
I'll
like,
watch anything. We're all just craving anything new. Who cares? It's COVID. It's 2020.
It's new episodes, man. That's all they want.
That's right.
They want to binge.
I want to watch a 20-minute video of a guy eating spaghetti.
Yeah. Hey, that's out there.
Mukbang. There
Yeah,
you go.
That's right.
I've not.
I can't believe you
Fallen
never
in-
heard of that,
No,
man. It's
I
like
haven't.
it's super
So
popular.
That's all it is you're watching people
Yeah,
eat
literally,
food.
they eat like enormous amounts of food, and they are sitting. It's like one camera angle.
What?
They're sitting in front of the table full of food,
Alex.
and they're just
this
gorging.
is embarrassing. How do you not know what that is?
I really...
You've
I'm
been living
swear
under
to
a rock,
God.
sir?
You don't watch people
People?
eat food.
Dude, no, I don't, man. That's like the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Is it
pretty
just
weird.
agreed upon that it's
you
weird?
should
We
just
all
at least know about it. Like
Yeah.
you don't. Not that you have to watch
Mukbang.
it. Mukbang.
Yeah, you got to say it, mukbang. I mean, it was. I think it was
So
first
bizarre.
popular in like in the Asian countries or
for
whatever.
sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's where it all kind of started, and then it got to America, and like it's just blown up in America. Like people are just like going nuts over
But
it.
it went from like these super ornate, like Oriental dishes to
I
like
can imagine.
KFC.
Oh yeah,
Guys just eating like a bucket
I'm
of
gonna
chicken
eat 2 buckets of chicken.
in his car
that's
for
like-
30
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That is. I mean, he's
And it has
joking, but
millions of views.
it does.
That's
Yeah.
insane, man. Now I will say, okay, probably the closest thing I had. We used to watch the guy, and it was the Try Guys. So they started a YouTube channel. I don't know if you're familiar with
Oh
them.
yeah, I've seen there.
But the one guy, who was it? So
Keith.
Eats the Menu. So he would do this show, and it was really entertaining. It was really high production, and they would bring in all these.
It's the same thing, pretty much. They just talk while they're eating food.
I guess so. But it wasn't just him gorging on a giant plate of food. He was just like taking one bite of like each dish that a lot of places like fast food and like basically anything. And it was pretty entertaining to watch. It's very gluttonous, now that I think about it.
Oh yeah.
But he made a recent episode. He hasn't uploaded anything, obviously, because of COVID and everything. And he did an episode where he basically went to Sonic, ordered a bunch of food, and then just ate it in his car. And he just had a GoPro sitting in the dash filming him. And there was something about that just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, I'm just watching a dude eat Sonic in his car. And it was like a 45-minute episode.
Yeah.
And after like 10 minutes, I was like, there's something that's just not magical about this anymore. Like, I don't want to watch this, man. I feel weird. And so I assume that's what you're talking about. It's just like a dude in front of a camera eating
people
food.
eating food. Sometimes multiple people.
Yeah.
Like me and you would sit down and just eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. That's
It's the internet. The internet's weird.
I guess yes, you're right. I mean, you can find anything on the internet.
I actually did
this show, for example.
I did a video actually. I called it the quickest mukbang is what it was called, and I got some of those like gummy hamburgers or whatever, and I like just set them in front of me, and I went. It was like 15 seconds. And it was over. It was like world's quickest mukbang.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't get like 10 views on it or something.
It was too quick.
Yeah, I know. They're like,
quick.
that's not.
You gotta slow down,
15
brother. You gotta
seconds.
peel it back.
That's right. So yeah, actually, this I did this little kind of side show on my food channel, called Ask a Foodie, and I interviewed a girl named Lindsay Green. She was actually on that Guy's Big Project. It was kind of like they were trying to find a new person to do a food show, and it was like one of those things where they eliminate people each week or whatever. And she was on that, and like I interviewed her, but she's doing that now, and like she went from having like 20,000 subscribers and followers to like 200 and something thousand, like because she's doing the mukbang stuff. I mean, it's like I said, it is like super popular. Like the amount of views people get, it's like insane. Like
I'm just having a hard
So we're gonna
time.
sit down. We're gonna eat chili with a ladle
while we do this.
while we do this. Yeah.
What's up, man?
dude, you'll probably get like 1 million views. No joke.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man.
I mean, there's even a subcategory of it. Like, so you have mukbang with ASMR, and so they'll eat.
Oh,
And
that's the worst.
What?
Yeah, there's so much.
So it's just like the soup.
That's
you can
really
eat
what I
like
thought it was all about,
That's a
though.
nightmare.
Yeah, it's-
I thought that was like part of the
Oh,
appeal.
dude, this
yeah,
is
that's
weird.
kind of the most for the most part. Yeah, I think people want to hear the sounds of the
Chew on this
crunch.
ravioli.
It's
Really?
comforting for some people.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna lose a lot of followers.
It's comforting to hear someone slurp chili out of a
no,
ladle.
it's okay. It's not just that.
You ever gargle chili? You want to hear me?
Just
do it?
gargle. I'm just gonna brush my teeth, like do some AS. Oh, dude, that's so weird. The internet is
that's
too
pretty
big.
intense.
We
There's
need to
a-
like.
I mean,
we
there's a
need
lot
to
of
close
stuff,
it down
yeah.
a little bit, man.
There's a lot of stuff out there, though. Yeah,
I think I was happier before I knew that was a thing.
really.
Really.
It's like I
Dude.
said. I mean,
What do you
whatever
find
floats your
enjoyable?
boat.
Have you? So you say you watch this,
I have seen. I am aware of this situation.
Yeah, I don't
but
watch
you don't
them.
just watch. Okay. Okay.
I don't watch
All
them
As long as
myself
we're on
either,
the same
yeah.
page.
I'm not a freak, Alex.
Gosh.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm
There's
kidding,
like a
okay.
vegan creator that I follow, and she does some of them sometimes, but it's not like that's her whole channel.
Chewing on tofu.
Let me eat some celery. Yeah. Okay, we've gone way down the
Yeah,
rabbit hole on
okay.
this one, man.
Okay.
Anyways,
But yes, that's a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I said, it's very popular.
I learn a lot with the different guests that we interview.
I mean, there's people that make like millions of dollars doing that for real. Like there was,
but it's
one
not like
guy-
a fetish thing. It's like
No.
not so
just
much.
like-
that.
Don't make it weird.
No,
weirder
no,
than
let's
it
not
is.
let's not go down
like,
that
that's-
rabbit hole.
Well, that's what I'm.
No.
When the
We're
way
just
you guys,
talking about it's just like it's like a food show. Just put it that food eating show.
Well, sure, I can understand somebody's like, "Hey, I'm gonna try this."
and you're just like
ramen.
it's almost like you're hanging out with that person. I guess you're like
Right.
we're just all chilling out and eating.
I'm
a bunch
imagining
of
like a dude in a quiet room slowly slurping spaghetti
food. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
for an hour, and I just can't imagine why anybody would find that entertaining. like, come on, man! Like,
It's really interesting to like for someone that's never heard of this to like I guess like,
But yeah, it's
without
like-
even
Am I off
seeing it,
base?
try and imagine what it is.
for the first time ever, Alex
I
has
know
figured
that
out.
video exists though.
There is a video, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like, there are just things in this world I just need to not know exist. You know, and
It's not that scary. It's okay.
I thought it,
I'm
I
having
thought
a hard
about
time with it.
I had an idea though to kind of go along with that though. It was like kind of like I don't know if you ever watched Hot Ones. You ever watch that?
I
Yeah.
love that show. Yes.
So like I was
yeah.
thinking like what if somebody did a show that was called More Bang for Your Muck or More Bong for Your Muck, you know, or More Bang for Your Buck kind
That's
of
a
thing.
different kind of show.
Like no, but
More
no,
bong for you.
no, yeah. So that show would be kind of like Hot Ones, where you're asking somebody questions and eating a bunch of food with them. It's like mukbang or whatever. Like it's like a game
Okay.
show. Like I thought that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. So you're just sharing a meal.
So
with
you're
someone. It's
learning
like an
about the
interview.
person, yeah. Like you're interviewing the person, and then you're eating the food with them. Like I thought that'd be kind of fun to see. Like
Okay. All
Not
right.
your
What,
type
what
of
else has
show.
been going on in your life, Josh?
oh, just life.
Let's talk about
yeah.
anything else, but this,
Just yeah. I mean, like me and Candace were in quarantine for a while, and then everything kind of softened a little bit, and we've gotten out a lot more. Like we finally, for the first time, about I guess a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, we ate somewhere for the first time.
like a sit down
Yeah,
restaurant.
and
Okay.
like so, we wore our masks and everything, and it was actually a pretty reasonable experience. Nothing too crazy, and there weren't a million people in there, and
The one thing we've noticed trying to go out to restaurants and being safe and COVID and stuff is just like the lines are ridiculous because a lot of places are only allowing like 20 or 30% capacity. And if it's a popular restaurant, like for my birthday, we went to a seafood place. And I remember we waited. I mean, it was close to like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Long
hour and a half.
time, man, just to get a table. So
But
I
it was totally worth it.
It was
absolutely
good.
worth
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, I could understand why a lot of people be turned off on like going out to eat and stuff.
oh yeah,
Just
it's
like,
a lot different. Yeah,
Just get it to go.
just get it
Yeah.
to go. Just eat at home. Man, it's just easier. Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely a different time for sure. That's what I know. It's been tough, like I said, because there's really not a lot of places like that you can just go film stuff in right now. So I've been doing a lot of stuff at home, like I was saying earlier, like as far as like videos with my phone, and so I'll go buy stuff at the grocery store that comes out, like the gingerbread Oreos that just came out, which those things were awesome. If you haven't tried those yet, I almost brought some over here, but then I was like,
Should have,
well, they probably don't really want it. They probably like whatever,
I
dude.
love some gingerbread,
Gingerbread
I didn't even know
Oreos.
that was a thing. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, they actually like a couple years ago they did a gingerbread filling, and it was just like the golden cookie or whatever. But now it's like actual gingerbread with the regular cream filling, and it's
Sounds good.
it's awesome. So I highly recommend that. And so that's what and I try to do some local food on there, like call it regular guy tries is what it's called. And so that's kind of what I've been doing lately as far as the food stuff goes, since it's kind of slowed down a lot otherwise. Like to do full-on productions and stuff, it's just not as easy.
Start your own cooking show, man.
Oh, yeah.
Start whipping up something and film yourself cooking. Be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I come up with some crazy stuff. Like I was thinking like I don't know.
I joke when I say that would be easy. Obviously,
Well,
it would
no,
not be
yeah,
easy.
yeah, nothing's really like that's what's crazy is people don't realize like when they see the stuff like the videos that I do.
So, how did you get your hands on those Daughters Bakery donuts that I keep seeing on your feed?
So they have it's Ponce City Market in Atlanta.
You had to go to Atlanta?
Yeah.
They need one in Birmingham.
I know. That's what I reached out to him and I was like, "Are y'all ever going to open in Birmingham?" I was like, "Cause that'd be a really awesome spot for you." Wink, wink. They started in Franklin, Tennessee. Then they've got a couple in Nashville. Like the first time I ever had one was in Nashville. Me and Candace were out there she was there for a conference and I went with her. And, that's when I went and tried Prince's and I tried Five Daughters, and that vanilla cream donut's the best donut / dessert that I've ever had. Like I love that thing. Like it's,
Whew, that's a
That's
bold
why-
statement. My
oh, I
friend.
know. I'll put it out there. That's my fave. Like, so that's literally why they have a location in Atlanta. That's why I'll drive an hour and 45 minutes to get it, because it's worth it to me.
All right, I'm
So-
going to get some donuts. I'll be back in
Oh,
like
yeah.
6 hours.
We had it at the beach in 30A.
Oh yeah, okay, I do remember.
Yeah,
having that.
you remember
Yeah,
that donut.
It was very good. Yes.
Yeah, they've got a lot of locations like throughout the Southeast. They just hadn't made it to Birmingham yet. So
Man,
Maybe they will one day. You know,
Maybe.
Hero Donuts is really good, and they've
Dude,
they've
we tried it.
expanded. They're in
Yeah.
Atlanta now too, and
Well, we went there. I mean, we were huge fans of Mile End, and we were super bummed when they, you know, shut their doors and stuff. I don't know if the other location is open. It was like here and one other place. Maybe
Yeah, I
Katie
don't know.
knows.
Nashville and New York.
Are those two locations still open?
I have no idea.
No idea. Anyways, well, the location here became Hero Donuts. And
Yeah.
we went there recently, and it was good, man. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, their burgers are really good too. They actually came in like second. They came in first, and Satterfield's came in second. The Hero Burger, they had a Magic City weekend had a thing where they were trying to find the best burger in the area.
Just
And
here
that's-
in town, or in
Yeah,
the state?
either here I can't remember if it was the whole state or just the area. I can't remember. I just know that Hero won best burger.
Okay,
So
cool. We went for breakfast, so I didn't try the burger.
oh,
But,
it's awesome.
I'll have to go
Yeah,
back,
they make
give
their
that a
own
try.
buns and all that stuff too. Like
Now Satterfield's, that's like a barbecue place, isn't it? Or what
this
kind of
kind of
restaurant
like
is that?
American food, I guess maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they probably have barbecue. I haven't been there yet, but they have a burger that looks really good. I just hadn't tried it yet. I need to.
But that was
try
the
it.
number one burger.
Yeah, the Hero Burger one.
The Hero Burger was number
Yeah,
one.
the
Okay.
Satterfields came in second. I got
Came in
it
second.
backwards at first, but of course my favorite burger is Chez Fonfon. I don't know if y'all have had that burger yet.
I have not.
I brag about that any chance I can because it's like the best burger that I've ever had, and I've had a million
I was
burgers.
about to say, man, like how good can a burger get?
Oh.
You know, and I say that
It's great. It's great.
because I mean I feel like as an American, you just
Oh,
you
you
eat a lot of
closed-minded
hamburgers.
McDonald's little man.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna hate a McDonald's burger.
Hey, the Quarter Pounder, they stepped up their game
That's
with
what
that.
I'm saying.
I
yeah,
mean, for
dude.
real though, like when they did that new beef or whatever they're doing, like the thicker, 30% thicker or whatever it says, like
Yeah.
I was very impressed with that. Now that's all I get now when I go to McDonald's. Every time I get the same thing, the Quarter Pounder.
I'm a 2 cheeseburger.
You're not getting the
combo.
Travi
My
patty?
No, I can't do that. Yeah, I
No?
don't.
Okay.
Oh, the
That's
Travis
too much
Scott
lettuce,
thing?
man.
Yeah.
It's too much lettuce.
You don't like lettuce?
Not really. Not on a burger as much. Like I like a good, just bacon, cheese, pickles. Simple burger, simple
Gotcha.
American burger.
What's for dinner, dude? I'm hungry now.
You need a cooking segment on your show.
That's
I
right.
know, right? I know.
You just cook something up, have some fun with it.
We can cook something right now. In my basement.
Burgers.
Basement burgers.
That's right.
Basement burger.
Hey, that's a good name for a restaurant.
Heavy Ultra Burger.
If somebody was like,
Heavy
you
ultra
know,
burger.
yeah. People are just that's how it happens though. That's how people get in the restaurant industry. They come up with an idea and they think it's going to be easy and they get into it and they get a loan and all that and the next thing you know,
It just doesn't pay.
One day we will have a Heavy Ultra IPA. I'm putting it out in the world. One
Dude,
day
I
we
bet-
will have
We just have to partner with the brewery, have them brew the beer, and let us put our name on it. 'Cause
Heavy Ultra
I have
IPA.
no idea how to
Cahaba.
brew beer. I don't
Cahaba would be great.
partner with somebody
yeah,
if we get a beer out there.
that's something I don't know.
Hey,
Like,
could you do all the work and just let us name it?
Yeah.
that's something I've always.
This episode
look at
sponsored
that
by
with the
Cahaba Brew.
Cahaba beer. Yep.
Oh, look at that.
And your glass over there isn't that your Cahaba glass?
Hey, look at
Okay,
that.
I think we're
Cahaba,
just setting
where
this
you at,
right
man?
up. Yeah.
That was another thing I thought about when I started the food show was how to get sponsors and be able to use that to fund it. That was something I always kind of wondered, but I don't know where to start. Like I'd be completely oblivious to any of that stuff. So I don't know.
Well,
if
what
you
you do
guys,
is
you
just-
guys got any advice?
You
on that?
start a podcast and then
You just start working
Yeah.
stuff in, and you just say like,
You do that.
"Oh
like you
yeah,
did?
this episode is sponsored by
Yeah.
Cahaba Brewing," and then you get a nasty email from them.
Yeah, you
saying,
get in trouble
"No,
for saying
we are
that."
in no way
Right, right,
partnered
right.
with you, or do we endorse your actions
Or
at all?"
they say,
They're like,
you know
"Oh,
what? We'll take a chance on you guys.
You guys are awesome."
That's right.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
never
that probably
know.
won't happen. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. It could happen.
But yeah, that's what I was like. And I mean, that's kind of the way the thing was with B Metro is like I just reached out to him in an email and it worked out. So it's like, I guess, all you got to do is approach people and say, hey.
You got to go towards a company that wouldn't expect it, like
Well, yeah.
Staples. Or like
Jolly Green Giant.
yeah.
Get
No,
sponsored by the Green Bean
they're
Company.
they're too big, like Dollar Tree or something.
Dollar Tree.
Somebody was not expecting it.
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs. Chef Boyardee. Could totally get sponsored by Chef Boyardee.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Ocean Spray is getting a lot of traction right now for that TikTok guy.
What is
The-
Ocean
the
Spray?
Escape,
They do
the
like.
cranberry
Oh,
juice.
yeah,
Juice.
yeah. The
Juice
guy
and
that
stuff.
was, he like pours the,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
while he's skateboarding down. He's
not
like,
in
camera.
trouble, is he?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I
He's
think
just
he's
like
getting-
promoting it, and
He was just
Yeah.
like
kind of
chilling
catched
and drop,
on.
like skating down the street or whatever.
Okay, I thought you meant like he's in trouble for doing that. Okay.
What song was he skating to? That was like a
Rumors.
I don't know.
I can't
A
think.
copywritten song that we can't play on this
song that
episode.
we can't play. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. It was a damn it, it's gonna bug me.
It was by the Cranberries.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood
wasn't
Mac.
it?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
yeah,
I
'cause-
was just
Yeah, because he did one, like Fleetwood did one. Or wait, yeah.
Did
Mick, right? Isn't it Mick
He
Fleetwood?
impersonated the video. Or?
Well, yeah, he did like a version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't seen that.
Dude, you hadn't seen a lot of stuff, but you like, where have you
Guess
been?
I need to get on the internet more. I don't know.
Jeez.
Awesome.
I love getting sidetracked too. That's always fun when you start talking and it just goes in a totally
Incoherent
different
sentences.
direction. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well,
that's
dude,
when you know things are getting great.
well, I think it was awesome having you on, man.
Well, I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
to hang out.
Thank you.